What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Arrow Season 5 and what a season it has been so far. This video is going to be about Prometheus. What is his endgame? Is he going to be killed? I'm just going to be going over a few thoughts about Prometheus. So Prometheus was revealed as Mr. Adrian Chase, who is the DA, and this did surprise a lot of people. Arrow don't normally confuse the audience, and they don't normally do things that make the kind of audience say like, what the hell. I was reading an interview with Wendy Miracle, and she says one of the reasons we did this was because everyone would be thinking, of course, he's going to be the Vigilante. And I was a pessimist. I was saying that Adrian Chase wasn't going to be the Vigilante, and I also did a little theory video about it beforehand. So I just find the whole kind of situation of Adrian Chase being Prometheus kind of funny to me. So does it make sense? To me, it makes complete sense. If you look at the whole season as a whole, Chase has been next to Oliver the whole time, to the point where you wouldn't expect him being the villain. What doesn't really make sense to me is Adrian Chase, aka Prometheus, working alone? Because he broke Black Siren out of a Star Labs jail, which has really tight security, and no one seems to have brought this up in either Arrow or The Flash. So I find it really confusing, this part here. And also, how did Prometheus overpower a metahuman such as Black Siren, who within the Flash show could bring down houses with her scream? I understand they portrayed her slightly different in the Arrow show, and a lot of fans were a bit disappointed with how Black Siren was played out and portrayed in the kind of Black Siren point. But the funniest part in this whole story for me was that Adrian Chase is Prometheus. He covered up the murder of Billy Malone, but he orchestrated the murder of Billy Malone as well. It's so statistically clever, and you can tell the motivation of Prometheus comes by a psycho serial killer. It's honestly, guys, so clever. It's really so clever. So what does this mean? Obviously, we know in next week's episode that Talia al Ghul is going to tell Oliver who Prometheus is. But I've got a question for you guys, the viewers. What does she want in return? Because if you remember a while back, it said that Talia al Ghul wants something in return. And also, guys, does Oliver know that Talia is actually Ra's al Ghul's daughter? Does Oliver know that Talia is an Al Ghul? So it's going to be interesting to see Adrian Chase still playing a DA in the daytime and then being kind of Prometheus at night time. So at the end of the episode, Susan Williams was taken hostage, and then from the promo for next week's episode, it looks like she's being kind of abused or kind of captured, and you hear Oliver saying Susan Williams needs to be found. So I'm reading this interview here. It says Susan Williams is a very important piece and a very good move in the big chess game that's going on, and then it's going to see that relationship and how it develops between the two, because Susan may feel betrayed by Oliver. So clearly Susan Williams isn't going to die and she's going to get out. But if she doesn't die, does this mean Prometheus is still going to be playing a head game with Oliver for the rest of the season? I'm really looking forward to seeing Oliver's reaction when Talia al Ghul says he calls himself Adrian Chase. I think this is going to be an epic part, and probably one of the best parts of the whole season. So will Oliver kill Prometheus? I don't think he's going to kill Prometheus, because the backstory that we have of Prometheus so far is it's Jason Claiborne's son taking revenge for Oliver killing his father. Now, we can only presume that this is true. So what good would it do for Oliver to kill Prometheus if this whole story arc is based on Oliver killing in the first place? But at the same point, do you really think they're going to chuck Prometheus into Argos with Black Siren, with Grid of Grodd, with Killer Shark. I mean, I think it would be pretty cool to leave Prometheus in, just leave him in Argos kind of prison if they do end up defeating him at the end. Or I think what would be even better is if he just disappears completely. I mean, let me know, guys. What do you think is going to happen to Prometheus at the end of the season? Do you think that Green Arrow is going to actually kill him? It's a very interesting question that I've been speaking to with some friends. I mean, I can't figure out what's going to happen. And we also know that Oliver Green Arrow will be going back to the island. So I think it would be fitting if this whole kind of story arc is ended with a massive fight on the island where everything started, and then he ends up getting put in the kind of prison that's on the island. For me, that would be like very interesting. But a part of me still thinks that Susan Williams is involved with Prometheus story arc. It just looks too blatantly obvious what's going to happen. So guys, let me know what you think about this kind of video. This is kind of just a video on Prometheus and what I'm thinking about it. I mean, I did like the reveal, but the reveal for me gave me more questions than it answered. So on a few other videos, some people have been commenting that sometimes I get slurs wrong, like sometimes I say purple instead of blue, zoom instead of Savitar. I'm sorry that sometimes I slur and say words by mistake. I'm trying my best to kind of make sure that my kind of alliteration and everything I say is more accurate. I will be spending more time re-listening to the videos before I make them live. But guys, I want to thank everyone for all the support, the comments, the new subscribers. It's going amazing. It really is going good on YouTube now. So guys, just let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about the Prometheus storyline? What's the end game? How are they going to defeat him? Will he actually be killed? Because I don't think he will be killed. And do you think the kind of Black Siren part, being broken out of jail, makes any kind of logical sense? So for me, it makes no sense. And do you think Susan Williams is involved? Because that's kind of a grey area for me. I can't understand really what is going on with the Susan Williams part of the storyline. Anyway guys, I'm Warstu. I'll catch you in a video. Peace out guys.